Hey, what's up? What's up? Dan here. I'm coming at you live right here from Oslo, Norway. I am currently in travel mode. It's honestly really amazing. I'm really grateful that I'm able to travel, really blessed that I'm able to travel. Honestly, from online business, from e-commerce, if I hadn't started my journey to e-commerce 4 years ago in 2017, there'd be no way that I'd be able to be here, especially in today's world. Zero chance. But I wanted to create this mindset video for you guys today to talk about a topic that's been on my mind and that's always been on my mind ever since I started. It's actually been the one thing I would say that has brought me immense success in my life in my early 20s. And I think that it really is the make or break difference between whether you succeed or whether you keep on trying certain businesses or things and keep failing. Also, very quick, before I get into this video, I'm currently in travel mode, like I said, and one of the reasons why I keep coming back to Norway specifically, actually on this trip, I went to Sweden for a new brand that I'm starting, and so I decided to just pop over to Norway, and I'm kind of showing my good friend Adam around. We both work at Ecom Freedom. He's never been to Europe, never been to Norway, anywhere here in Northern Europe or Scandinavia, so for him it's a big, honestly, like a good culture shock. And so it's always nice coming out. I'm the type of person that loves to travel, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to make money online from my online businesses. And I'm able to do this. And that's exactly why so many people watch me. And I've amassed all these hundreds of thousands of subscribers over the years because it's something that people want. Obviously, like, you want freedom. This is why you're watching this. You want to make money and you want to find what is the best way of achieving that life. So very quick, I wanted to share why I love Norway specifically and why I have gone to this country many, many times in the past few years. The first reason is it's quiet, it's clean, and it's a very high quality country. Norway has one of the highest standards of living in the world, a very high quality of life, and you can really see that when you come here. The food at the grocery stores is amazing. The food at restaurants is amazing. Yes, it is expensive, but people here make a high enough salary to compensate. I think the average salary in Norway, just from my memory, I think it's like over $90,000 US per person. Or something close to that. Definitely like in the 75 to 100K range, and that's obviously much higher than the average salary anywhere else in the world, especially Canada, where I grew up, as well as the States for sure. Some other reasons are that it's very safe, it's very beautiful in the city, very beautiful architecture, I would say sophisticated people, and if you come out of the city, which actually tomorrow we're going to go with my friend Adam, I'm going to make a video for you guys as well, showing you guys the journey probably, or maybe like a mindset video on the trip. We're going to be driving from Oslo to Bergen and taking the train back. So across the plateau there in the middle of the country, there's like a big mountain range type of thing. So it's just a very beautiful country and I enjoy it a lot. And so I wanted to take advantage while being in this beautiful Airbnb here and give you guys a mindset video, talk about a topic that I think is literally the make or break difference between you succeeding and you not succeeding. And that is sticking to one thing. And I'm talking specifically in business, but also equally as important, this also applies in love, in relationships. So like to one person, sticking to one partner, and then also in other areas of life as well. But I'm only going to stick to the business, and we're not going to get into the relationships because it's not my forte. It's not my area of expertise. 4 years ago, when I started in business, this was about 4.5 years ago, I actually was reading a lot of books. That was like something that I guess was recommended to me by what I saw online. A lot of the gurus at the time and the people at the time online were always saying, read books. Like one guy, I'm sure that I watched his videos and that I followed, his name was Tai Lopez. And he's still around. A lot of respect to him, honestly, no matter what people say. He inspired me a lot and he taught me a lot. He got me into reading a lot of books. And so before that, I hadn't really read books other than in my childhood, I would say, or for school. Obviously, I think we all, either read in childhood or school. And so 4 years ago when I started, I actually read this amazing book called Outwitting the Devil. And it has nothing to do with Christianity. It has nothing to do with, I would say, it's not like some religious book, right? It's actually one of Napoleon Hill's lesser known books. Napoleon Hill is best known for writing the all-time classic Think and Grow Rich. But in my opinion, Outwitting the Devil is a much better book. It's definitely a much more powerful book. And the reason for that is because of the way that it presents the content. So while Think and Grow Rich talks about, kind of like think it, see it, believe it, and then manifest it, Outwitting the Devil talks more about the concept of drifting and what basically causes most people to fail, and that is drifting. And so in the book, he talks about how the devil, whether you believe in them or not, the devil, he kind of latches on to people by making them drift on subjects. And drifting means somebody who's not decisive in anything that they do. So this book was actually released in the 21st century. So I believe in the past like 20 years, it was released The full unedited version, the original manuscript, has been released just last year. So I first didn't read like the original unedited version. I read like this one adaptation by this Sharon Lecter, which honestly I found her adaptation, like her comments, quite annoying to an extent. She was kind of political about it when you don't have to bring politics into the book. But there was the original manuscript that was released last year, I believe, and I read that, and that's honestly the best version. I think that if you're gonna read any of them, you should definitely read that one. So Napoleon Hill says that basically the reason why most people don't get what they want out of life is that they drift. And some examples of what a drifter is one who jumps from business to business without conviction or lack of any purpose. A drifter is somebody who accepts whatever life throws in his way, his or her way. You can, when I say his, I mean his and her. So his or her way without making a protest or putting up a fight. A drifter is one who doesn't know what he wants from life and spends all of his time getting just that. A drifter is somebody who has lots of opinions, though they are not his own. So we see that a lot. Most people don't think for themselves. Most people just follow blindly like sheep, whatever they're told. A drifter is one who is too lazy mentally to use his own brain. Like I just said, a follower, just a sheep. And the main reason why people drift is a 4-letter word called fear. So the devil uses fear to basically get people in this state where they are not decisive at all and they just blindly follow whatever they're told. And they also never stick to one thing. That's exactly what drifting is. You're kind of just like a plastic bag flying in the wind, going from east to west, north to south, just flying around. Wherever the wind blows today, that's where you're gonna go. Wherever the wind blows tomorrow, that's where you're gonna go, never getting anywhere. So if you draw a circle, you're kind of just going in all directions, but you're not actually ever going into one specific direction. And the main fears that people have, the main fears that the devil uses to latch on to people are the fear of poverty, the fear of criticism. This is a huge one. The fear of ill health, massive one as well, especially nowadays. And it's something that affects many people. The fear of loss of love, the fear of old age, the fear of death. These are the most effective fears. And I think that, we've had one of these fears at some point or another in our lives. And so when you're in that state, when you're experiencing this fear, that's when you are most vulnerable to drift. And when you're drifting, you're getting nowhere in life, absolutely nowhere. One thing I will say is that there is never any magical business. There's never a golden ticket, a golden key to you suddenly making $100K a year or $1 million just from a random business that you suddenly start and you only spend like two weeks or a month doing. Impossible, not possible. The only way that I've succeeded at anything in my life is by stopping to drift, because before I was trying all these different businesses, I was trying all these different things, and I committed to one business. So for me, it was Amazon FBA and e-commerce, and I committed to that one business, and I said, I don't care how many times I'm going to fail, I'm going to keep pushing until I succeed. And that is how I succeeded. But my first product was a failure, my second product was a failure, my third product was a success. And so I actually just made a video on this subject talking about my first 3 Amazon products. You can watch that as well. I think that you will learn a lot from that. Those who possess most of the wealth in this world are non-drifters because they know exactly what they want out of life. And ever since I learned this, I tried my best to just decide exactly what I want out of life and go at it in full conviction, kind of like setting a destination in my own GPS with my goals and with my dreams. And I believe that has helped me so much in my life. What else can it be? If it wasn't for me being decisive in my life, I would today be broke. I would today be in so much debt, more debt than I probably was at my peak, which was 40K of student debt. And I would be miserable for sure. So decisiveness is what's going to not only make you successful, it's what's going to cure any bad emotions, any misery that you feel. Because when you are on track, when you are driving a car down the road, down the interstate, down the highway, and you're going to a destination, you know you're going to get there. You know you're going to get there apart from some extenuating event. You know that you're going to get there. And so if you know that you're going to get there, whatever vision you set for yourself, you can be anything you want in this world. And it's not a cheesy thing, it's true. Our thoughts create our reality. So, Buddha, Jesus, every single religious leader, it's literally been said in every single book, our thoughts create our reality. So if that's the case, well then why not use that to your advantage and why not maximize your chances? So one of the big reasons I also wanted to make this video on this topic specifically is because nowadays, especially in the past 2 years, I've seen so many people on social media, as well as in real life, just people from, I guess mostly from social media, just like people that I know, they're literally, everyone is just drifting. Everyone is they know that the 9-to-5 in that old way, especially with COVID and everything, we all know that that's a scam. Like we all know Not just that it's a scam, it's just not a dependable way to live your life because you're always dependent. You're going to be dependent on your job, the government, and everybody else. And you don't want to be dependent. You want to have freedom. And so the amount of people that I've seen literally jumping from stocks to crypto to NFTs to every single other possible way to make money. And they're only spending like a month in each thing. They're only spending like the amount of e-commerce businesses that I've seen, random people that I follow on Instagram launch, and literally they get like 200 followers on their Instagram account. They don't take any course. They try to do it on their own. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna learn myself. I don't need this, right? And they get nowhere. They think that it's gonna be easy. They think that everybody is trying to search. That's why Vegas is so popular. They're searching for the jackpot. They're searching for something that they land on and boom, they're rich. But that's not how life works. That is not how life works. The world is not a stupid enough place to reward undeserving people, and the world is definitely not a stupid enough place to make you a millionaire after 2 or 3 weeks or 2 months or 3 months even of, working on some business. Like, it's just not. And to those people that it happens, that's great, but those are like the 0.00001%, and that's definitely not what happened with me. It's definitely not what happened with me. For me, from the point when I decided and I knew that I had to be an entrepreneur to the point where I actually started making over 30K a month in sales with my business, it took a year. And there was a lot of failure, and definitely my motivation was like down and up and down. So just food for thought. So a couple things here. First of all, don't jump from business to business trying to be like, oh, I don't know which one's gonna work for me. Whichever one you commit to and you never give up on is the one that's going to work for you. And also a lot of people are endlessly searching for their passion and like what they love and stuff. And that's great. I had no passion for e-commerce. You know what I had a passion for? I had a passion for being able to travel the world, live my life on my own terms, and a passion for freedom. And that is what drove me. I didn't care which vehicle got me there, as long as it was legal, ethical, and as long as it, provided value to people. I cared about achieving freedom. And that's what my passion is. And I think that's what your passion is too. You can't sit here and tell me that, oh, no, I don't have a passion for freedom. In fact, I'm interested in Amazon FBA because I love, sitting on Seller Central and posting product and selling it. I love that process. If you do, that's great, but this is not the majority of the people watching this video. The majority of the people, they want freedom, and that's what drives them every single day. So stop trying to find something that is, first of all, going to make you a millionaire in like 2 weeks, and second of all, that you're passionate about. The things that I'm doing today, the businesses that I run today, so e-commerce, e-commerce brands, as well as Ecom Freedom, which is like the largest e-commerce platform in terms of courses. We have over 15,000 members, great student ratings, the best team, the best mentors in the game, like all $1 million sellers. These things, I didn't start because I'm passionate about them. These things I started because I saw gaps in the market and I knew that I could fill them. I knew that I could, really provide value. And I saw that these businesses would increase my freedom and they would give me more purpose in my life, because we all need something that makes us wake up in the morning. We all need something that drives us to work, right? And to be fulfilled. That's like what fulfillment is all about. So there's that lesson. Don't endlessly switch from business to business and try to like search for your passion, because just remember, you're passionate about freedom. And for me, when I was starting out, I'm like, you know what? My Amazon product, especially the one that I succeeded with, I didn't care about it. I didn't even know what it was. I mean, I did my research, obviously, but I was passionate about making the 10, 20, 30K a month that would allow me to achieve the freedom to then later on start a passion project. It's like once you make money and once you get rich and once you have time freedom and money freedom, then you can actually figure out, okay, what are you passionate about? Maybe you're passionate about saving animals. Maybe you're passionate about, I don't know what other causes there are, saving the environment or helping children in less developed countries, right? So that's great. That's awesome. Or you can start a business that somehow fulfills it's like a passion project, but you need to have a source of income. You need to have a source of freedom. So that's one lesson here that's very important. Number two, don't be one of those people that's constantly searching for a shortcut. We're all humans. I get it. We all want shortcuts, but the truth is that they don't exist. And the only way you're going to succeed is by committing and by going through your own journey. Like, life is a journey. It sounds cheesy, but it's true. And so the journey includes successes, wins, and it also includes losses. And so life is up and down. It's a series of ups and downs. It can never be always good or always bad, because we wouldn't appreciate when it's good, when it's bad, and when it's bad, when it's good, if you know what I mean. And the next lesson that I want to share with you in this video is to set a destination. And sit down right now on a piece of paper, think about your dream life in 2 years, and write down exactly what it looks like, what's your income, how much money you have in your bank account. Imagine you can have anything you want without limits. Imagine it's like Santa with a Christmas list. And Christmas is coming tomorrow, and he's going to give you whatever you write on that piece of paper. Write it down. Pause this video or finish this video and write it down. And once you see that, You want to visualize that every single morning, 10 minutes, and every single night before bed, 10 minutes before you lay down to rest. That is going to set your destination, and you're going to see, you're going to come back to this video in 2 years, and you're going to be like, wow, I did it. And then you can leave a comment, send me a DM on Instagram, because it works. If you know what you want, you demand it and back your demand by a willingness to pay life's price for what you want, and you refuse to accept any substitute, it will transmute into its physical counterpart. That's a quote from Outwitting the Devil. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Subscribe to my channel, follow along on my Instagram with my travels, and I wish you nothing but the best. Good luck.